The historic yes vote in last Friday's referendum to repeal the Eighth Amendment has shown a seismic shift in Irish society. There has always been resistance to the Catholic right in Ireland. When the Eighth Amendment was inserted into the Constitution in 1983, there was significant resistance, and many of those who campaigned against the Eighth have been at the heart of the Yes campaign now. Then there have been moments since 1983 that have rocked the country. One was the X case in 1992, which brought thousands of young women into the struggle for abortion rights. The second was the death of Savita Halappanavar in 2012. The tragedy of her death was the catalyst for a people power movement that has grown in strength year by year. Leo Varadkar has called the referendum a quiet revolution. But the movement has not been quiet. We have demonstrated, marched, gone on strike, occupied O'Connell Bridge and mobilised in our thousands to knock doors in the last 2 months. It was because we refused to be quiet that we have won. The mainstream politicians have been quick to jump on board and take credit for winning the referendum. But in 2016, the Fine Gael government voted against a proposal by People Before Profit Solidarity to hold a referendum on the 8th. Their alternative was the Citizens' Assembly. While the outcome of the Assembly was to be welcomed, it didn't have any impact on the referendum vote. RTE's exit poll showed that only 1% of voters were swayed by the Citizens' Assembly, while 75% always knew what way they would vote. The biggest issue for voters was a woman's right to choose. 62% stated in the RTE exit poll that choice was the most important issue for them. Many were influenced by the personal stories of women in their lives. In contradiction to some of the mainstream narrative, working class areas, both white collar and blue collar, returned exceptionally high yes votes. For example, in the Dublin Midwest constituency, all 4 boxes with over 80% yes votes were in working class estates in North Clondalkin and Palmerstown. It's clear that abortion is a class issue, with working class women having faced the biggest obstacles to access abortion. The enormous yes vote in the repeal referendum is a huge victory for the movement. Now we need to continue the fight for real equality. We need to separate church and state, fight for non-religious education, the right to housing, and for a properly funded public health service. We need to fight for women to be able to make a choice to have a child. Lone parents' cuts should be restored, and we need free childcare. This is not the end of the fight for equality, but it's only the beginning.